Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie Bird. I am one of the career coaches in the Career Center. So today we're going to be talking about how to explore careers, how to go about that process, and I'm going to give you some resources to help along the way. So the first thing that we'll chat through is our Pathway U assessment. It's one of our best resources for just helping you learn more about yourself, learning more about career options. So within this assessment, there are 4 different assessments that you will take. So you'll take an interest, personality, values, and workplace preference assessment. Once you take the 4, you'll come up with some career matches. Those career matches are really broken down into very strong, good, and then not as strong matches. You can narrow down by bachelor's degree, associate's degree, graduate degree, really narrowing it down to different areas of interest for you. You can take a picture of this QR code and it will take you there. I'm also going to play us a video that's going to give just a little more insight.
Welcome to Pathway U, powered by Jobsology. Jobsology is a fantastic tool for you to explore your interests, values, workplace preferences, and personality. Using all 4 of these assessments, you can explore majors that would be a good fit for you, as well as career paths. To take Pathway U, go to our assessments website at career.uncc.edu/assessments. On that page, you will see a green button that says Take Pathway U. Once you click on that button, you will be taken to a student login. Please log in with your Net password and username on this page. Once you have logged in, you will be taken to this page, My Journey. To begin the assessments, you can either click on the Assessments tab at the top or click on View Assessments right here at Step 2. Once you have completed all 4 assessments, you will notice that they each have bars that associate what level you are in each area. Notice what those areas are, but then also go more in depth by clicking on each of the individual tabs. For interest, click on the tab and read through your top 2 interests. Same thing for values, personality, and workplace preferences. Make sure that you're taking thorough notes. Once you have completed this is when you can explore your career matches. Go to the top button that says Explore Career Matches. This will then prompt you to select a particular area of industry. So for instance, in this particular category, education came up top, but something else may come up first for you. You can notice all of the different areas from human services, arts, media, communication, marketing and sales, hospitality and tourism, business management and administration, finance, health science, law and public safety, government, military and public administration, transportation, distribution and logistics, agriculture, food and natural resources, IT and computer science, architecture and construction, science, engineering and mathematics, and manufacturing and manual operations. It is your choice which area of interest that you click on. In this case, I will choose the one that came up top. When you click on View Careers, you will then be taken to a page that lists all of these different careers by very strong to very weak matches. On the left-hand side, in order to narrow down your search, go ahead and click on the bachelor's degree and maybe the graduate degree, as well as the very strong and the strong matches. Make sure you click on just those so that will narrow your list down. Then enjoy going through, making sure to add things to your favorites by clicking the star. That will immediately put it into your favorites category. And once you go into a particular role, this is where you can actually do more research on the actual career opportunity. You can search for majors that are associated with this particular career at UNC Charlotte. You can notice the knowledge, skills, and the abilities that fall within this career. You can also notice the annual salary, the average job outlook, whether jobs are being created in this field, the type of education that's usually required for this position, as well as other information. Once you have completed all 4 assessments, utilize the corresponding handouts to help you go deeper into your results. You'll notice that in this Pathway U handout, it will also go over the assessment, instructions on how to log in, but will then go into understanding your results. Notice the different prompts And as you go through the different areas of your assessments, from your interests, your personality, your values, and your workplace preferences, make sure you're keeping detailed notes. This form is editable, and so you will be able to write in your responses virtually if necessary. You can also print off this particular worksheet if that's more comfortable for you. So use this worksheet to help you dissect a little bit better your career assessment results. If you have any questions about your Pathway U results, feel free to make an appointment with your career coach. You can do this by logging into hireaniner.uncc.edu and clicking on Meet with a Career Coach under the quick links. We will be glad to meet with you about your career assessments one-on-one to be able to make sure that you understand your results and how they're applicable to your career and major matches. So, what's next? Log into Pathway U and start exploring your career options today.
So like I mentioned, Pathway U is a great place to get started if you're in that space of just having no idea what you want to do for major or career, or if you have some ideas and you really would like some validation, this seems like it could be a good next step. As the video said too, a great next step is to schedule an appointment with a career coach to help get some of that insight, to learn about more tips, because sometimes you get your Pathway U results and it can feel a little overwhelming. So we can help make it feel less stressful, hopefully, and break down some of your next steps. So if this isn't something you have to do by yourself, we're here to help you. Another resource that we have to explore careers is we have our Wicked Whammy. That really stands for What Can I Do with a Major in? So our Wicked Whammy page is a great resource just to help you explore different majors. Thankfully, employers have really moved away from that idea that you have to have the right major for certain careers. Now, if you want to be an engineer, you should probably do engineering or physics. If you want to be a nurse, you should probably do nursing. But there are certainly some other areas that are incredibly flexible. Most areas are flexible, and it's much more about what you do with your experience in terms of getting internships, part-time jobs, things like that are really relevant to a field you want to go into. But we know that the reason you're here is to choose a major. And so you have to graduate with a major. So we want to help give you some of those resources. So if you go to that link, the careerdocs.uncc.edu/wicked whammy, that's going to give you an option to see all of the majors that we offer here at UNC Charlotte. It gives you sample occupations that you can potentially go into for this particular major, places that you can work, tips for preparing into a career field, just even questions to think, how do I know if it's right for me? And then also some links to resources on and off campus that might be helpful to continue to explore that particular major. Another resource we have is our career communities. So as I mentioned, employers aren't as focused on majors as much as they used to be. And so they've really transitioned into really wanting that experience. And so we've kind of shifted away from a major focus as well, and really kind of reflection of what the employers are looking for, which is where our communities come in. I'm going to play a quick video about our career communities, and then we'll process a little bit more.
Have you ever asked yourself, what's next for me? Or what should I major in, but you aren't sure where to start? The University Career Center has just the thing for you to help you throughout your career development, career exploration, and answer a lot of your questions. Career communities. Career communities help you explore a variety of different industries regardless of what you major in. It helps you explore different areas that are interesting for you or that could be interesting that maybe you aren't sure about yet. We have industries like business, financial services and logistics, healthcare, science, and research. Getting involved in the career communities allow you to explore a variety of different areas and let you learn more about what it means to be in those fields. So what are the career communities you can join? Arts, media and design, business, financial services and logistics, engineering, manufacturing and energy, social impact, education, nonprofit, healthcare, science and research, technology, data and analytics, and the exploring community. So which community should you join? Join one or two that sound interesting or you just like to learn more about, and connect with them. For example, want to create a website for a nonprofit? Join our social impact, education, and nonprofit career community. Maybe you want to oversee the finances at a hospital? Then you would join our healthcare, science, and research career community. Think you might be interested in more than just one? That's okay, join a couple. Once you've decided on the communities of interest, you'll log into hireaniner. You may be immediately prompted to sign up for communities. If so, go ahead and choose the ones of interest. If not, you'll select My Account and Personal, and then select your communities. By selecting into a career community, you'll receive tailored information about meetups, career tracks, networking events, and other events that are very specific to each of the career communities. So what are your next steps? Log into hireaniner and sign up for a career community or two. Then you'll want to explore our career community specific events. You may also want to think about scheduling a one-on-one appointment with a career coach. Don't miss your chance to explore new avenues with career communities. Join one today.
So career communities are really helpful just to continue to help you learn about different areas of interest. This kind of gives you the rundown of all the areas that we do have within our career communities. So I myself work with our healthcare science and research community, and each of our coaches have at least one or have a career community that they work with specifically. So if you come to me, like I said, I work with our healthcare science and research. I can help you explore internship opportunities, places to do some job shadowing in healthcare. I can help you explore the different areas within healthcare science or research. So each of our coaches are really more knowledgeable about our specific areas. So if you come to us and say, hey, I'm really thinking about doing something in research, but I don't know how to figure out if that's what I want to do or not, I can help you explore some of that. So that's where we can help you kind of give some of those tips and things that maybe you wouldn't think about by yourself. Another resource is thinking about using our system called Firsthand. It used to be called Vault, but you can see the link up there in the very top. This gives you different guides. And so once you log into Vault or Firsthand, if you click on the guides link on the left-hand side, you can see this is just a sample of different guides that they do have. But it's a lot of information about different jobs. And so if you click on the energy jobs, it's going to give you a nice rundown about different jobs within the energy sector or in the energy industry. It's going to give you a background. It's going to talk about how to get into the field, the salary, what the working conditions are like. So it's really a good resource if you're if you enjoy reading information. This is a great resource for folks that really prefer to read information versus watching a video. Another resource we have is ONET. So this one is a really good resource to explore different careers. So this is put when you log into this one, you'll have an option to see by different categories. And so within those categories, though, you'll be able to see different careers. For example, there could be a category for healthcare, for example. And with each of those, you'll learn about the salary, education level, skill level, just a good overview to help you explore different careers. And then another one that's similar is our ONET. And so this is onetonline.org is the resource. And you can see once you're here on the left-hand side, you can see a variety of different ways to find occupations as well. This one's, I think, a little bit nicer where it does go into a little bit more detail than the ONET that we just saw before. But you can certainly look at both just to kind of compare information. This kind of gives you that rundown of what that looks like for the Occupational Outlook Handbook. And then another resource is looking at our first destination survey. So this is where it gives you an idea of where our alumni are working. So for example, if you're thinking, well, I really enjoy taking psychology classes, but I have no idea what I can do with it, or you're just kind of curious, what are UNC Charlotte alumni doing? You can actually go to our first destination.charlotte.edu/data/2020. You can also do 2021 if you want to see that data. And it will give you the most up-to-date information as to what our alumni are doing. So if you're kind of curious of where are folks working, what are they doing with this? This is a great place just to explore a little bit about what our alumni are doing. So as you've done some of that research and you've kind of learned, so hopefully taken Pathway, you've gotten a few resources, done some research on different careers. The next thing is thinking about doing informational interviewing or shadowing. So informational interviews are just where you're asking one person or a group of people, generally just one person, questions about their job. So it's kind of like a reverse interview. So you're asking them questions to learn about their career, learn how they got into it, what they enjoy about it. It's really your way to do some digging and just get more in-depth information than just researching online. If you use our career guide, you can see the QR code in the bottom right. Our career guide actually has an example list of questions that you can use during the informational interview, and page 15 has a sample email that you can use for an informational interview. You can see that one's a sample on the screen. We also have one for shadowing as well, an example email that you can use. Shadowing is a little different from informational interviews, where shadowing, you actually get to go into an organization, or you get to go into somebody's workplace and follow them around for a little while. So it's an amazing way to be able to see an organization, see an industry, what it's like in the day-to-day. If you're able to do shadowing, I absolutely recommend it. But if you're only able to do informational interview, that's absolutely okay. You're also in the process of learning about careers with informational interviewing and shadowing. You're really also getting some great networking, so that when you're ready to start looking for internships or part-time jobs or full-time jobs, you know people that you can connect with. Another great resource is to think about attending our career meetups. So career meetups are 30 to 45-minute small group sessions focused around a certain topic. So you can see some example topics here: resume strategies that get you noticed, career choices that overwhelm, decision-making strategies. So some of them are more general, kind of like those. Then there are some that are more focused to our career communities, like a day in the life of a data BI analyst would be more for somebody interested in our tech career community, or internship co-op search for engineers. So this helps give you an idea of different meetups that might be career focused or just general topics. But you can either type in the link from the top left, or the bottom right gives you the QR code. You can also attend a career trek. So I'm going to play the video to give you some insight into what a career trek is.
Career treks are opportunities for UNC Charlotte students to visit different companies and organizations in the Charlotte area and beyond. The intention behind a company trek is for a student to experience the culture of the company or organization, and usually that would mean we will be taking a tour of the company, we will be hearing an overview of what the organization is all about, and we will likely hear from current employees at the company or organization that discuss their typical responsibilities on a daily basis. And a lot of times these folks also share a bit more about what led them to that particular company or organization, and maybe some experiences from their college experience that led them to connect with their current employer. Career treks typically consist of a tour of the company or organization, so students can get a true feel for what the culture of the company or org is like, and we usually receive an overview of the company and organization, so we gain a better understanding of what they're all about. We also typically hear about job opportunities, internships if they're available, and then from there we'll learn from current employees who will talk about their day-to-day roles and what led them to that particular career and company, and provide advice to our students who are currently exploring their options. Typically, transportation is provided to career treks, although it depends on the specific event. And in general, you can expect that a career trek will take anywhere from 2 hours of your day up to 5 to 8 hours. Many times career treks are very specific to specific majors here at UNC Charlotte, as well as class level. If you are qualified and have been given an invitation to attend a career trek, you'll be able to register to attend the event under Hireaniner. Go to the events section, click on recruiting events, and from there you'll be able to see if there are any upcoming career treks that you're available to attend. You will likely want to take a couple of resumes with you on your career trek in case you have the opportunity to pass your resume off to one of the employers you speak during a networking opportunity. Beforehand, please do consider bringing your resume in to drop-in hours. Our peer career advisors are really helpful to give it a quick overview and make sure your resume is looking as professional as possible. The other thing you'll want to make sure you practice is your 30-second pitch. When you meet an employer for the first time, you'll want to make sure that you have a strong, confident introduction. You know what you're looking for from this experience. And so take a couple minutes before the career trek, the night before, the morning of, and just practice what you might say to an employer when you meet them the first time.
So career checks are a great way just to learn more about, like Jesse said, employers and about different companies. So certainly recommend use this QR code in the bottom right to learn more about the options that we have for this year. Another great resource we have to explore careers is to actually try them out. And that's where our Niner XP platform comes in. So this is where you actually get to try out different careers by doing a variety of interests. You can do a long-term experience. It's just kind of like your traditional experience of an internship, doing a service learning project. So that's where you're doing it pretty much for the whole semester. You've got more short-term experiences that are maybe from a couple of weeks to like 8 or so weeks. And so that those are more short-term experiences like micro internships or micro research opportunities, gig internships. But so that's where you can click on that to learn more. You can also do quick experiences. So that might be a few days to a few hours. And almost all of them are paid. And so it gives you some really good experience to develop your resume, to try out different careers to see if you like things, but also really great for developing your resume. And along the way, if any of this is feeling overwhelming, that's where we always recommend schedule an appointment with a career coach. That's literally why we get paid, is to help you through this whole entire process. And we've all been there, and we know how overwhelming and stressful it can be. So you can schedule an appointment with a career coach based on community. So example, for like I said, if you wanted to do healthcare science and research, you could schedule with myself or Rachel, who's actually in the picture there. And so you can actually schedule with somebody who's in that field that you're exploring, and we can help you process more. And then you can do virtual or in-person appointments too. So really whatever your preference and comfort level is. But hopefully that helps give you a good resource, good idea of how to start that exploration process. You can see we do have drop-in hours Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you have a quick question and don't really want to schedule an appointment, appointments can last up to an hour, but drop-ins are about 10 to 15 minutes. If you do have a quick question or just want to get started on something, you can absolutely always stop by drop-ins. We also are on social media too, so feel free to follow us on any of our platforms just to stay up to date. But thanks so much for listening. I hope this was helpful, and have a great rest of your day.